Hi, I'm Helene McAdams. I'm Director of Student Services and Program Development for the Master of Public Policy program at the Sanford School of Public Policy at Duke University. My job basically is to help students once they matriculate, see the program through from cradle to grave, from orientation through graduation.
Helene McAdams is the greatest woman ever.
Helene is fantastic. She cares about us so much. She's always looking out for us, and she is amazing, and I love her.
Helene McAdams pulled my brother out of a burning building.
Helene, she's so hot right now. Helene.
All you got to talk about is how you feel about Helene.
I love her. Is that enough? Is that recording right now? Oh my God!
People often ask me about Helene, and really the best thing I can say is that woman has forgot more things than I can ever hope to know in my whole entire life.
Helene McAdams invented a form of working cold fusion, but she prefers to do admission stuff.
Right. Helene, a question about research assistantships or teaching assistantships. Could you provide a little bit more information on how those work and what they are and when they would start?
So there are a lot of opportunities at Sanford for students to have a teaching, research, or graduate assistantship, what we call TARAGA. Some of you in your letters that were offered to you said you may be eligible for 2-year domestic U.S. students who qualify for work study are eligible for the assistantship. There's an assignment process where students complete an application based on job descriptions developed by faculty for core course teaching assistantships, mainly in the undergrad core, plus sometimes the MPP core for your second year, and then research assistantships with faculty at Sanford, and graduate office assistantships, including the admissions office at Sanford, the communications office, the development office. So there are opportunities to work in administration at Sanford as well. We recommend that students do their first internship, so you have 2 semesters of internships guaranteed if you're a 2-year MPP domestic student, that your first semester of internship be your first spring. That first fall is pretty intense. You're taking all core courses. You're adapting from the work world or from undergraduate to graduate studies program. So it takes a lot of additional time to do, and an assistantship is 10 to 12 hours of work a week. So it's like adding another course. So if you're choosing to take 5 core classes in your first semester, which a majority of MPPs do, you have the option to do 5 or 4, and they're all core classes, adding that assistantship in that semester might be a bit overtaxing. So we recommend that that first spring be your assistantship. I work with you based on what you tell me in your application about your interests, your skill set, and your ranking of the jobs that are available based on what the faculty also needs, and we make a match. There is a little bit of flexibility. Your schedule is really important. We always tell students that your academic schedule and course schedule comes first. So we never make you compromise your schedule for an assistantship assignment. You'll have your second assistantship in the following fall, or your second fall. If you're dual degree, or if you're an international student, you still complete the application for an assistantship every semester that you're interested. If we have jobs that 2-year MPP students can't fill, we tap the dual degree and or the international student population to fill those jobs. And they pay $4,000 per semester, and it's $1,000 per month for 4 months.
So Helene, I know there are students at Sanford who pursue a dual degree. Can you tell me a little bit more about the requirements of the dual degree and how to go through the process of completing that?
There are 2 ways students have a dual degree. They either enter having been accepted into both an MPP and a dual degree program at Duke or UNC, or they decide after or midway through their first year to add a dual degree or to attempt to apply to another Duke school or UNC for law and or business to get a dual degree. The typical way when you come in enrolled in both is you do your MPP year first, and you need to take 30 credits in that MPP year, and then you go off to your MBA program at, say, Fuqua School of Business. You finish a full year there, and in the 3rd year of your program, you would do 9 units with us, 6 of them being the master's project plus 1 elective, and then the rest of the program would be your dual degree units at Fuqua or at UNC's business school. The law program obviously is 4 years, so the 2 middle years of your program would be spent at the law school, either at UNC or at Duke. And it is possible if you add the degree, what would happen to your units is that you would have finished our year and then you would start your blended year at the sister school.
So, Helene, in terms of living, where do students live? And I know I have a car. Is it something that I should bring? Is it easy to get around Durham?
Most graduate students live in the Durham community right outside of campus. There's very limited on-campus housing dedicated to graduate students, and most graduate students would prefer not to live in on-campus housing. I would say most apartment complexes are between 1 and 8 miles outside the campus. Some of them are close enough for you to walk or bike to Duke, and Duke has a big initiative on promoting those forms of transportation. There's also a bus that runs on campus that is free, and it has, it reaches out far enough to some of the apartment complexes that are close to campus. Many students choose to live with other students in housing outside of campus, even small homes that are just in the community as opposed to an apartment complex. But it is possible to park and to bring your vehicle with you, or if you don't have a vehicle, you don't necessarily have to buy one or get your license or get a North Carolina license and drive. But the majority of people do live right off campus. There's a Duke Community Housing Office, and I have a web link for that that we can post so that you can check and see listings in the area. And I think there's a good network of students. We have a housing survey too to let you know general prices and what the amenities are.